How I made $31,633 last month in my bookkeeping business. I have 68 clients right now, and they are paying on average $465 per month in my bookkeeping business. I only do bookkeeping. I don't do taxes, payroll, or CFO services. I only do bookkeeping. I'm not a CPA. I started my business with no experience, no work experience, no college degree in accounting, no certifications, no credentials. I started my bookkeeping business 4 years ago with absolutely no experience. I make these videos every single week simply because I genuinely love talking about my bookkeeping business. I love teaching you everything that I know, all of the mistakes that I made. That way you can avoid the mistakes I made and fast track to success. I'm just incredibly passionate about my bookkeeping business. Honestly, if I can tell you a secret, I'm just kind of making these YouTube videos almost as like my own personal diary. That way I will have some documentation to look back on in 2 years, 5 years, 20 years. I never plan on stopping these videos. So if you like this video, if you like these types of videos, if you're thinking about starting your own bookkeeping business, definitely recommend subscribe to my channel because I'm making new content every single week. Now, I told you I made $31,000 last month, but that's not all. I didn't actually only make $31,000 because I have several other streams of income, but I want to just focus on the bookkeeping business. However, I'm a huge fan of financial transparency. So I'm going to tell you real quick everything I made last month. I also sell a course. I teach you how to start your own bookkeeping business. I sold 2 copies, so I made $2,500 last month on that. I sell consultations, one-on-one consultations. I also sell a ton of digital downloads on my website. I made $4,126 just from that stuff last month. And then I'm a private money lender. So I have some cash on hand. So I lend to real estate investors for real estate acquisitions. Last month alone, I made $4,281 just in interest income from my private money lending business. And then finally, I make a little bit of YouTube ad revenue. Last month, I made $936. But as you can see, the majority of my income comes from my bookkeeping business. Now, the whole reason I believe in financial transparency, not to convince you that I make a lot of money, but instead, I want to convince you that you can make a lot of money. That's why I love talking about the numbers. I love being honest. I love giving you all an inside look into my bookkeeping business. That way you can see the potential, what is out there for you to achieve. The only difference between you and me is that I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm not smarter than you. We can both work just as hard, but I've been doing it probably for a little bit longer than you have. So I'm about to tell you guys like 6 tips on how to start and grow a successful bookkeeping business the exact same way I did. So as long as you follow my tips, you'll be able to do the exact same thing I'm doing right now. Let's not waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Tip number 1, make a decision. Stop overthinking it. Just get started. That is what you need to do if you are thinking about starting a bookkeeping business. Don't wait. You're already watching this video. You've already subscribed to my YouTube channel. You've already probably looked into QuickBooks Online, bookkeeping, accounting, taxes. You've already thinking about doing it. If you want to do it, you just got to do it. There is no more thinking about it, no more planning, no more researching. If you're serious about getting started, let this be your sign. Just get started. You have literally nothing to lose. What I do recommend, once you've decided to get started, keep your current job. Keep your full-time job. Don't quit because your bookkeeping business might not work. I'm just going to be honest with you. It doesn't always work out for everybody. But the cool thing is this bookkeeping business, we can start remotely, virtually. All we need is a computer. You don't need to hire employees. You don't need to buy inventory. You don't need to buy a building or vehicles. Very low barrier to entry. So you can just get started today with a computer and internet access. So stop overthinking it. Just get started. The reason you need to get started sooner rather than later is because marketing and sales takes a long time. It takes you a long time to actually get your first client. So you're doing research right now. You need to get started as soon as possible. Create your website, get a Google My Business profile, get on social media, get a blog, email marketing, SEO for your website, whatever your marketing and sales strategy might be. You got to get started sooner rather than later. It's going to take you at least a couple months to get started and get your first client. So make a decision, stop overthinking it. Tip number 2, don't jump ship when it gets hard. You're going to start a bookkeeping business and it's going to be fun for the first couple months, and then you're not going to get a client, and then you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to give up. And then you're going to think about a new business idea. Maybe you're going to become a financial advisor or a real estate agent, or maybe you want to start selling insurance. If you're thinking about starting a business, you're probably a hardworking person, adventurous, highly motivated, interested in trying new things, and that can be a challenge whenever things get hard because you might want to stop what you're doing and try something new. Let me give you a quick analogy. I absolutely love this example. Let's say, for example, you're playing a video game and you get to level 4 and you just beat the boss. And then level 5, you're struggling, but you finally beat the boss. And then level 6, you get to level 6. This level's pretty tough and you can't get the boss. You can't beat the boss. A week goes by, you still can't beat him. You give up for a couple days and then you try again. You still can't beat the level 6 boss. And then you get frustrated and you quit and you get a new game. You start that game. Level 4, done. Level 5, hard but done. Level 6, again, you try to beat the boss and you can't. You get the idea. It's so incredibly tough to get to level 6, 7, 8. And that's what happens with entrepreneurs and business. But what you don't realize is that the money, the earning potential exponentially grows as you get to level 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth. So you gotta focus. You can't give up. If you quit that game, you're never gonna beat the level 6 boss. If you start a new game and quit, you're not gonna beat the level 6 boss. But if you devote all of your time and energy, focus, consistency, commitment to that one game, a month goes by, 3 months goes by, 6 months goes by. Eventually, you beat level 6. And then a year goes by, you beat level 7. You guys get the idea. So with that analogy in mind, don't jump ship when it gets hard, because that next thing is going to be just as hard when you get to level 6. Hopefully this video is helpful for you guys. If you want more specific help starting and growing a bookkeeping business, you got to check out the links in the description of this video. I've got a full course that teaches you everything you need to know. I have one-on-one consultations. I have live exclusive group weekly meetings every Monday. The link is below to sign up for that. I have a ton of digital downloads. I have a social media marketing strategy, a sales pitch, a bookkeeping client agreement, all for sale on my website. That link is below. I have a Facebook group. I have so many resources that I made just for you guys so that you can start and grow a successful bookkeeping business. Okay, tip number 3, pick a niche. Now for me, in my bookkeeping business, I don't necessarily have a industry who I work with. Like I don't just do bookkeeping for electricians or restaurants, but I have a niche in the services that I provide. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I only do bookkeeping. I don't do payroll. I don't do CFO services. I don't do taxes. And that enables me to be a bookkeeping expert. I can do bookkeeping better than most CPAs because they're doing taxes all day. They're not doing journal entries and bookkeeping. They're not working with QuickBooks Online for 40 hours every week like I am. So I'm not smarter than CPAs. I just do bookkeeping more than CPAs. And I also have a niche in the software that I use. I only work with QuickBooks Online. I don't waste time trying to learn QuickBooks Desktop. Now, what this does, sure, you're going to lose a couple clients. Somebody might use QuickBooks Desktop. Somebody might want you to do their taxes, but I don't do that. And what that enables me to do is to be an expert at bookkeeping and QuickBooks, which means I can work fast and efficiently, which means I can handle more clients. Everybody asks me, how do you have 68 clients? How do you make $30,000 a month bookkeeping? It's because I'm a bookkeeping expert. I can work really fast. I know everything there is to know about QuickBooks Online, and I can do my job efficiently. So I can handle more work, which means at the end of the day, I can make more money. Okay, tip number 4, it's all about consistency and commitment. I'm gonna give you a quick story. I've told this story before. If you've heard it, sorry, but I think it's such a good story. Imagine you wanna improve your fitness. So you decide to start walking. You go out and walk 1 mile today. Pretty easy, pretty quick, pretty straightforward, really simple, really easy. Most people can go out and walk 1 mile today, but if you stop there, you're not going to improve your fitness. You're not going to lose weight or get stronger or get faster, whatever your goals are. But if you continue walking every day for the next 6 months, I guarantee you're going to lose weight, get stronger, get faster, improve your fitness, whatever your goals might be. The thing is, walking 1 mile for one day, super simple, super easy. Walking 1 mile every day for 6 months, still really simple. Like, the idea is not complex. You're just walking 1 mile every day. Super simple, however, very hard. It's not easy anymore because you are committing to a long-term goal and you're consistent every single day. I almost guarantee you I would not be able to do that. Like, sure, I could probably go out, walk a mile for 5 days in a row, not a big deal, but to do it every day for 6 months, incredibly hard. But that's what it takes to improve your fitness, lose weight, get stronger, get faster, whatever your goals might be. The exact same thing applies to starting a bookkeeping business or starting anything. Consistency and commitment. So you have to commit to a long-term goal with your bookkeeping business. I recommend at least 6 months. Don't give up before 6 months. And then you have to commit to being consistent every single day. You have to learn about bookkeeping every day. You have to do marketing every single day. You have to do sales every day. Whatever that looks like for you starting and growing your bookkeeping business, figure it out and just do something consistently every day for a long period of time. Okay, 2 more tips and then we're going to wrap up this video. Communication and organization. That is the key to my success for delivering high quality customer service. We talked about picking a niche and we talked about committing to a long-term goal and staying consistent every day. And that stuff works for learning QuickBooks and learning bookkeeping fundamentals and implementing marketing and sales strategies. But let's talk about customer service. How do you actually service so many bookkeeping clients on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis? It all comes down to communication. Accountants and CPAs are usually pretty bad at communication for whatever reason. So that's good news for us because the bar is pretty low. We don't need to be extroverted or super talkative, super chatty, super friendly. It helps to be friendly, but you get the idea. Like, you don't need to be best friends with all of your clients. You just need to simply communicate effectively. And a couple tips that have worked for me: answer the phone. Anytime your client calls you, if you are available, answer your phone. Usually whatever they're calling about can be solved in 5 to 10 minutes. And I promise you, you're not so busy that you can't handle a 10-minute phone call. There's no better feeling. You've all felt this. I have too. You're paying somebody for services. You want their help. You have a question. You pick up your phone, you call them, and they don't answer. How frustrating. You're paying this person for services. You just have a simple question. You don't feel like sending an email. Maybe you're driving your car. You just got a quick question and it could be solved in 5 minutes. You call up your bookkeeper and they don't answer. That's so frustrating. And that could have been solved. Just answer the phone, listen to their problems, listen to their questions, talk to them for 5 or 10 minutes. I promise you, it's going to go a long way communicating effectively, delivering high quality customer service. Okay, the other thing is to respond to emails. As a bookkeeper, we're sitting in front of our computers all day, every day. There is no excuse for us not responding to emails. That also applies to social media DMs. As a business owner, you're going to put your email address, your phone number, you're going to put your name out there, and you want people to reach out to you. So as your business grows, you're going to have more and more people reaching out to you. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. When you get busy, it can be tough, but it's a good thing because these people reaching out to you are all potential clients. So you have to be polite, professional, communicate effectively, even if they're not your client yet. This is a great opportunity for you to prove to them that you're capable of delivering high quality customer service by communicating with them effectively, even before they pay you. Okay, let's wrap up this video. Tip number 6, stay organized. As a bookkeeper, pretty much your whole goal, your whole job is to be organized for your client. You organize financial data, you categorize transactions, you reconcile accounts, you keep track of financial reports. Your whole job is to be organized. And I already talked about email communication. As a bookkeeper, you have so many tasks to get done on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annual basis. you have to stay organized. I have a couple tips for you. I use my email to keep track of my tasks and to stay organized. A lot of my tasks are routine and they're recurring. So every single month I have to do specific tasks. Every week I have to do specific tasks. So I will actually set up recurring emails sent straight to me, and I will use those emails almost as like a list of tasks that need to be done that day or that week. I live and die by my emails. So I recommend, if you're thinking about starting a business, you got to stay organized with your emails, and you have to keep track of your tasks and your calendar. You don't want to be late for meetings. You don't want to miss meetings. You don't want to miss recurring tasks that you need to get done. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. If you made it this far, let me just recap with you. Make a decision, stop overthinking it, just get started. But don't jump ship when it gets hard. And then pick a niche, the services that you provide, the software that you work with, or maybe even the industry who you service. And then stay consistent every day. Commit to a long-term goal. Learn how to communicate effectively and stay organized. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Check out all the links in the description of this video. I promise you, I made them all specifically just to help you start and grow your own bookkeeping business.